Midoriya Izuku. Is he okay? By Snowboo69. Read by My Lost and Found. Summary. Just more of Midoriya Izuku being a little shit, all while being a Gen Z, in spirit, / using their terms in humor. This is part of a series, but you don't need to read the first one to understand this one. This fic is about 900 words and 1 chapter, and as said, this is part 2 in which Midoriya Izuku is a Gen Z, in spirit, series. It is rated teen and up audiences, and no archive warnings apply. As always, link to the fic is in the description, and on with the story. Class 1A was having a pretty good week. No villain attacks, no big tests or logical ruses from Aizawa-sensei, and even Monoma didn't antagonize them. Of course, there was one exception. That exception was Midoriya Izuku. He didn't actually do anything, but he was acting different. Chaotic, even. It was a new side of him that they had all never seen before. And a Friday game night was no different from the rest of the week. It was a game of Risk, with 4 teams and 5 people in each team. Izuku had got to be a team leader, plus he got to choose the color of his team first. Yamomo asked Izuku, "So, what color would you like for your team?" Izuku thought this was another opportunity to mess with his classmates, so responded with, lemon. Yamomo looked confused, before asking back, "Do you mean yellow?" Izuku nodded his head, before saying, lemon. The rest of Class 1A looked so confused, but didn't ask, probably either because they were too confused, or just didn't care at this point, which is completely fair. Time skip to after the game. After the game, everyone started getting up to either go back to whatever they were doing, or go back to their respective dorm, and Izuku saw this as another opportunity. So with all the seriousness he could manage, Izuku said while slightly humming, and quite loud at that, "Don't mind me, I'ma just grab my stuff and leave," before, almost, sprinting back to his dorm. Todoroki had just lost a spar for the first time in what felt like forever. To be fair, he did lose to Ojiro to a quirkless spar, which barely anyone could win, since Ojiro had years of training with several martial arts. But still, Todoroki took it kinda rough. Uraraka, Ida, Tsu, Kirishima, and even Kaminari were trying to say it was inevitable, before Izuku decided to walk over, rest a hand on Todoroki's shoulder, before saying, "That's rough, buddy," and then walking away to continue sparring with Tokoyami. It was an everyday class dinner, yet today was different. Nobody knows exactly how it started, yet somehow it ended up with Bakugo yelling at Izuku, for no exact reason, while letting off small explosions. For the most part, Izuku ignored him, but after 5 straight minutes of him yelling while the Baku squad tried to stop him, Izuku was getting somewhat pissed. So what Izuku did was that he stopped chatting with Tsu, stopped eating his salad, and looked Bakugo right in his eyes while saying, "You know, I'm fine with you yelling at me somewhere else, but seriously, right in front of my salad?" That drew a snort from Shinsou, which maybe he knew about that meme. Maybe he could teach him about Gen Z humor. The Insomnia Squad, which contained Shinsou, Tokoyami, Jirou, and recently added Izuku, was called the Insomnia Squad for a reason. More than once or twice a week, if you happened to go down to the common room of Class 1A dorms around midnight, you would find said Insomnia Squad just chilling there. Sometimes it was more chaotic, and sometimes it was more chill. Tonight was a chaotic night. All of the Insomnia squad were on the couches in the main part of the common room, in silence, before Izuku spoke up. "Can we start a bean cult?" Shinsou was the first to respond. "I'm sorry, what?" "First off, instead of sorry what, say the fucking what for the meme. 2, beans. So, bean cult." Beans. "And plus, I can teach you all Gen Z humor, you heathens." Shinsou sighed, while Tokoyami and Jirou had similar reactions, but without the sigh. And Shinsou spoke up again. "I'm too tired for this shit. So sure, I'll join your bean cult. And what in the hell is Gen Z humor?" Jirou spoke up this time. "Same as Shinsou." Tokoyami responded next with a, "I'm not sure where or what a bean cult is, but I will submerge to the darkness and join this cult." Dark Shadow popped out, and with a ton of excitement yelled, "Hell yeah! I love cults!" It was a Sunday, and basically all of Class 1A was hanging out in the common room. Some people just talking, some people doing homework, and some playing Mario Kart. It was calm like that for most of the morning, before Tokoyami, Dark Shadow, Jirou, Shinsou, and Izuku ran into the common room, all yelling something about someone or something named Juan. Kaminari recovered from the shock the fastest, and with genuine concern, asked, "Hey, guys, are you good?" Izuku spoke first. "Physically?" Shinsou answered that one with a, "Yes." Jirou spoke next. "Mentally?" Dark Shadow answered that one, while Tokoyami was grabbing some snacks from the kitchen. "No heart." The rest of Class 1A stared in shock and confusion as the little group of Dark Shadow, Tokoyami, Jirou, Shinsou, and Izuku all retreated back upstairs, while saying a lot of words and what they assumed to be some sort of meme or something close to that none of them really understood. And that is it for this short fic installment of the series. It's fun. But similar to the author's notes, one of the first author's note is, when you're a Gen Z but sometimes have trouble understanding half of the memes, but you're also writing a fanfic about the exact thing you have trouble with. And I can kind of relate. I had to look up like half the memes just to make sure I got them right. Like the lemon. But this is another just fun little cracky thing. And oh yes, Izuku is roping more people in, which is my favorite part of this series. Join the Gen Z cult. Forget the beans, it's about the memes. But yeah, that is all for this time. If you guys enjoyed, link as always is in the description to the original. Go leave a kudos, go leave a comment, whatever you can. I am sure the original author appreciates it. Anyway, that is all for this time. I will see you guys next time.